I walked into the living room, heart pounding so loud I thought it would drown out the sound of his voice. He was sitting there, cool as ice, the same way he always was after a late night that stank of cheap perfume. I didn't bother with pleasantries. "Who is she?" I demanded, my hands shaking, my nails digging crescents into my palms. He just glanced up at me, not even pretending to be surprised, and slid an envelope across the coffee table. I stared at it, half expecting a confession, but instead I was staring at divorce papers, already signed. And not just by him. I flipped through the pages, confusion turning to horror as I saw my mother's signature, neat and familiar, right beside his. I felt like I was watching myself from outside my body, like this couldn't be real. I called her, hands trembling, but she didn't pick up. Instead, he finally spoke. "She said you'd understand," he said, almost bored, like we were discussing groceries. The room felt like it was closing in. My mother. The woman who'd always told me to fight for my marriage, to be patient, to forgive. Had she really colluded with him to end it? The world spun with questions I couldn't ask, answers I didn't want to hear. When my mother finally called back, her voice was cold, practiced. "It's for the best," she said, not even trying to sound sorry. She told me she'd seen the way he looked at me, the way I'd changed. She said she was tired of watching me cling to a man who'd already left me in every way that mattered. I realized, in that moment, that she'd been pulling strings behind my back for months, maybe years. She wanted me out as badly as he did. Standing there, the shock burned away, replaced by a raw, unfamiliar relief. I saw the truth. I'd been fighting for a version of love that never really existed. My mother, my husband, they'd both betrayed me, but they'd also set me free. I wasn't sure if I could ever trust again, but as I packed my bags that night, I felt lighter than I'd felt in years. Sometimes betrayal isn't the end. Sometimes it's just the beginning of you finally choosing yourself.